This is the May 2019 Timzone 1 IB examination session Math AAHL Paper 2 Question 11C. And we've done question A and B in previous videos. So, given that Q is equal to 8D squared, find the other two real roots. So using, again, what we used in question A, the product of the roots formula. So we know our roots, we're going to say our R1, R2, and we know all the other three from the previous questions. We know one of them is 1 from question B, and we know that the other ones are DI and negative DI from question A. And we know that this will be equal to, looking here, is negative 1 to the power of n, and being the highest exponent of the equation, which is 5, so negative 1 to the power of 5 is equal to negative 1. So we can just put a negative sign here. And a 0, which based off of this description of the equation, is the constant, which we know is 8d squared, divided by a n, which again based off this description, is the coefficient of the first term, which we know is 1, so there's no need to divide by 1. So in doing this is very simple. It is simply R1 times R2, and these will cancel out and divide with the other side. This will be equal to negative 8. And then multiplied by 1 obviously will go away. And then once we do the sum, we have R1 plus R2 plus 1 plus DI minus DI. And we've done this in a previous question, in question A. This is simply going to be equal to 3, and just really fast because we have negative 3 here. That is the second term, which is described here. The negative version, so negative 3 is positive 3, divided by 1, which is still 3. So the di's cancel, of course, and minus 1 goes to the other side, so we simply have R1 plus R2 equals 2. And then off of this, we know that R2 is equal to 2 minus R1. And we do this so that we can sum into the other equation because we have two variables and two equations. So in doing so, now we have R1, we have R1 times, and we're going to replace R2 with what we found here. So 2 minus R1. And this is an equation that we can solve. This is equal to negative 8 because we subbed into this equation. Distributing, we have 2R1 minus R1 squared equals negative 8. And if I go down just a little bit more, now we can do the quadratic equation, so negative R squared, or factoring, we'll see. R1 plus 8 from moving it to this side equals 0. And just to make it easier, we will make the coefficient of the first term positive. So this will be by multiplying both sides by negative 1. 1 minus 8. So let's see, is there any term that multiplies and adds? Yes, we have 4 and negative 2. So 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. 4 plus negative 2, oh, rather the other way around. It would be negative 4 and positive 2. So negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2, and negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. So we know that R1 minus 4, R1 plus 2 is going to be equal to 0, and as a result, we know that R1 is going to be equal to either 4 or negative 2.